Welcome to Pursuit of Happiness by Jarb, where we dive deep into the secrets of love. On this channel, we're on a mission to explore the art of connection. Today, buckle up as we delve into the full-depth discussion of how to make your crush like you 101. Let the journey to happiness begin.
Scene script. Have you ever wondered why some people can make friends so easily while others struggle to connect? It's a question that's puzzled many of us, and the answer lies in the power of genuine connections. In this fast-paced world of ours, where we are constantly plugged into technology, we often forget the importance of real, authentic human connection. We're not talking about the superficial interactions that fill our social media feeds, but the deep, meaningful connections that touch our hearts and enrich our lives. These genuine connections are the ties that bind us together. They are the threads that weave the fabric of our social and emotional lives. They are the foundation of every successful relationship, whether it's between friends, family members, colleagues, or romantic partners. But why are these connections so important? Well, they are the lifeblood of our existence. They not only make us happier, but also healthier. They reduce stress, increase our sense of belonging and purpose, and boost our happiness and self-worth. When we connect with others on a deep level, we feel seen, heard, and valued. We feel like we matter. And isn't that what we all yearn for in this life? Moreover, genuine connections contribute to a longer life. It's true. Numerous studies have shown that people with strong social connections live longer than those who are isolated. They have lower rates of anxiety and depression, better immune function, and even a lower risk of dementia. So, let's not underestimate the power of a genuine connection. It's more than just a pleasant interaction or a casual conversation. It's a profound exchange that can transform lives, heal wounds, and inspire greatness. In this world where we are all striving for happiness and fulfillment, let's remember to invest in genuine connections. Let's reach out, open our hearts, and truly connect with one another. Because at the end of the day, it's these connections that make life worth living. It's clear then that genuine connections are not just nice to have, they are a must-have for a fulfilling life. So what does a genuine connection look like? Well, imagine a bond that surpasses the boundaries of superficiality, reaching into the depths of understanding and mutual respect. A genuine connection is not merely about pleasantries and small talk. It's about exploring the deepest corners of each other's minds, sharing experiences and emotions, and accepting others, flaws and all. It's about seeing someone for who they truly are and saying, "I understand you, and I appreciate you." This kind of connection is built on a foundation of authenticity. Authenticity is about being real, being true to oneself. It's about wearing your heart on your sleeve, allowing others to see you in your rawest, most vulnerable state. Authenticity breaks down walls and builds bridges, paving the way for connections that are truly genuine. Trust, too, is fundamental in forming a genuine connection. Trust allows us to open up, to share our thoughts, feelings, and experiences without fear of judgment or betrayal. It gives us the courage to be our authentic selves, knowing that we are accepted and valued just as we are. Next comes empathy. Empathy is the ability to understand and share the feelings of others. It's about putting ourselves in someone else's shoes, feeling their joy, their pain, their hopes, and their fears. Empathy bridges the gap between us and others, allowing us to connect on a profound emotional level. Finally, genuine connections are built on mutual respect. Respect is about acknowledging and appreciating the worth and dignity of others. It's about treating others with kindness and consideration, recognizing their unique perspectives and experiences. Now you might be thinking, well, that sounds like a lot of work. And you're right. Genuine connections don't just happen overnight. They require effort, patience, and a willingness to be open and vulnerable, but the rewards are worth it. A genuine connection, then, is more than just a casual acquaintance or a friend to pass the time with. It's a deep bond that enriches our lives. Now that we know what a genuine connection is, how do we go about building one? Well, let's dive right in. Picture this. You're at a social gathering, perhaps a party or a work event. You're surrounded by people, some you know, some you don't. You see someone you'd like to connect with. What's the first step? Showing genuine interest. Ask about their interests, their experiences, their dreams. Listen intently, not just to respond, but to understand. People are drawn to those who show genuine interest in them, and this is the first step in building a genuine connection. Next, be present and attentive. In this digital age, it's easy to get distracted with our devices. But when you're with someone, give them your full attention. Make eye contact, nod, show that you're fully engaged in the conversation. This shows respect and helps build trust, which are both key in establishing a genuine connection. Then, be open and authentic. Genuine connections are built on authenticity. Don't be afraid to be yourself. Share your thoughts, your feelings, your experiences. Authenticity attracts authenticity, and this opens the door for a deeper, more meaningful connection. Another crucial point is to show empathy and understanding. Try to see things from their perspective. This not only shows that you care, but it also helps you understand them better, which in turn strengthens your connection. And finally, remember that building genuine connections takes time. It's not a one-time event, but a process. It requires patience and persistence. Don't rush it, let it grow naturally. In all of this, be mindful of the balance. Give as much as you take. Listen as much as you speak. Show interest as much as you share. This balance is the art of building genuine connections. Building genuine connections may take effort and time, but the rewards are well worth it. And remember, the most beautiful connections often occur when you least expect them. So, keep your heart open, your mind curious, and your spirit ready for connection. What is the impact of genuine connections in our lives? That's what we're here to unpack in this segment. Genuine connections, those relationships that are rooted in authenticity and mutual respect, hold a transformative power that can reshape our lives in ways we may not even realize. Let's start with happiness and self-esteem. Genuine connections can serve as a balm to our souls, soothing our anxieties and insecurities. When we're surrounded by people who see us, understand us, and appreciate us for who we are, it's like standing in a warm ray of sunshine. We feel happier, more content, and our self-esteem naturally rises. Now let's talk about health. Studies have shown time and time again that social connections can positively impact our physical health. Lower blood pressure, stronger immune system, and even a longer lifespan have all been linked to strong, genuine connections. It's as if our bodies instinctively understand the healing power of authenticity and reciprocate it with better health. Genuine connections can also serve as stepping stones towards our goals. When we're connected with people who believe in our dreams and support our ambitions, we're more likely to press forward, even when the road gets tough. These connections become a source of inspiration, encouraging us to reach for the stars. And speaking of tough times, genuine connections provide us with a safety net when we stumble. They offer us a shoulder to lean on, an ear to listen, and a hand to pick us up when we fall. In the face of adversity, these connections become our beacon of hope, reminding us that we're not alone. So what is the power of genuine connections? It's the ability to make us happier and more confident. It's the power to improve our health and help us achieve our dreams. It's the strength to support us when we're down and lift us up when we're ready to rise. Genuine connections, then, have the power to transform our lives in profound ways. So, what have we learned about the art of genuine connection? We've journeyed together through defining, understanding, and appreciating the power of a genuine connection. We've discovered that these connections are the foundation of meaningful relationships, and they are built on authenticity, trust, and mutual respect. Remember, a genuine connection is a bond that goes beyond the superficial. It's a deep connection that calls for vulnerability, openness, and honesty. It's about seeing and accepting others for who they truly are and likewise revealing our true selves to them. We've also learned that building these connections is an art. It's not about how many friends you have, but the quality of those relationships. It's about the willingness to listen, to empathize, and to be present. It's about making the time for meaningful conversations, sharing experiences, and creating lasting memories. But it doesn't stop there. We've explored how these connections can have a profound impact on our lives. They provide us with a sense of belonging, they boost our happiness and well-being, and they even have the power to inspire us and spur our personal growth. Moreover, we've seen how genuine connections can transform our relationships, our communities, and even our world. They can help us to break down barriers, to foster understanding, and to build bridges of unity and peace. So, as we wrap up this chapter, let's keep these lessons close to our hearts. Let's strive to be authentic, to be kind, and to be understanding. Let's take the time to nurture these connections and to appreciate their value in our lives. Mastering the art of genuine connection, then, is not just about making friends. It's about enriching our lives and the lives of those around us. So let's go out there and start building those.
Ever wondered where the line blurs between confidence and arrogance? It's a question that has puzzled many of us as we navigate the complex world of personal growth and self-improvement. On this journey, we are often met with a paradox that is as intriguing as it is challenging. Welcome to the confidence paradox, a fascinating concept that explores how confidence, a trait often revered and sought after, can sometimes become our Achilles heel. This paradox lies in the delicate balance between confidence and humility, a balance that can be the key to unlocking our fullest potential. Picture confidence as a double-edged sword. On one side, it empowers us. It fuels our ambition, drives us to take risks, and propels us towards success. It's the voice in our head that says, "I can do this," even when the odds seem stacked against us. It's the spark that ignites our resilience and determination to conquer our dreams. But let this sword swing too far, and we might find ourselves on the brink of arrogance. Confidence, left unchecked, can morph into an overbearing sense of self-importance. It can blind us to our flaws and hinder our growth. It can make us dismissive of others and their perspectives, isolating us in a bubble of self-superiority. So how do we wield this sword without cutting ourselves? The answer lies in humility. Humility is the counterweight to confidence. It grounds us, reminding us that while we are capable and strong, we are also human, fallible, and forever learners. It's the voice that says, "I can do this, but I can always improve." Humility doesn't mean undermining our abilities or selling ourselves short. Rather, it's about recognizing our strengths and acknowledging our weaknesses. It's about being open to learning, growing, and evolving. It's about respecting others, valuing their input, and understanding that we are all on this journey together. Finding this balance isn't always easy, but it's certainly possible. Let's delve deeper. Let's consider Amelia, a successful entrepreneur. Amelia's journey began in a small Midwestern town where she spent her early life. As a child, she was always the one with the big dreams, the one everyone thought was just a little bit too ambitious. Still, she was filled with an unwavering confidence that she could make those dreams a reality. Her journey to success wasn't without its fair share of obstacles. She experienced failures, setbacks, and countless moments of self-doubt. But with each challenge, Amelia's confidence didn't waver. Instead, it grew stronger. She learned to view these setbacks not as roadblocks but as stepping stones, opportunities to learn and grow. Amelia's confidence was evident to everyone who met her. But what differentiated her was her humility. She was self-assured, yes, but never arrogant. She understood that her success was not a product of her efforts alone, but also the support and contributions of others. She was always the first to acknowledge the role her team, mentors, and even her competitors played in her journey. Amelia's humility didn't diminish her confidence. Rather, it enhanced it. She knew her worth, but she also recognized the value in others. This balance between confidence and humility made her not just a successful entrepreneur, but a respected leader. There were times when Amelia could have let success get to her head. She could have become complacent, arrogant even, but she never did. She remained grounded, always aware of her roots, always willing to learn and grow. She knew that true confidence is not about proving oneself to others, but about being comfortable in one's own skin, acknowledging one's strengths and weaknesses, and continuously striving for improvement. Amelia's story shows us that confidence, tempered with humility, can lead to extraordinary success. Her journey is a testament to the power of believing in oneself, but also the importance of staying grounded, of remembering where we came from, and recognizing the role others play in our success. Amelia's story is a lesson to us all. Confidence, when balanced with humility, is not just an attribute, it's a tool. A tool that can open doors, break barriers, and lead us to unimaginable heights. Next, meet Benjamin, a renowned scientist with a humble beginning. Born in a small town, Benjamin's insatiable curiosity and passion for understanding the world around him set him apart from his peers. His journey from the small-town boy to a world-renowned scientist was nothing short of remarkable, but it was not without its challenges. As Benjamin's reputation in the scientific community grew, so did his self-confidence. His groundbreaking theories and discoveries catapulted him to the forefront of his field. But with fame and recognition came a risk of arrogance. It's easy to get lost in the applause, to start believing that you are the best, that your ideas are infallible. Benjamin was not immune to this. There were moments when he found himself teetering on the brink of arrogance. But Benjamin had a secret weapon, his humble beginnings. He remembered the days when he was just a curious boy, fascinated by the world around him, yet knowing so little. He remembered his failures, the countless experiments that didn't work, the theories that fell flat. It was these memories that kept his feet firmly on the ground. They reminded him that knowledge is infinite, and no matter how much you learn, there's always more to discover. Even in the face of tremendous success, Benjamin made a conscious effort to keep his arrogance in check. He listened to others, respected their opinions, even when he disagreed. He was not afraid to admit when he was wrong, to learn from his mistakes. His confidence was rooted in his abilities and achievements, but it never crossed the line into arrogance. Benjamin's story is not just about his scientific achievements. It's also a lesson in humility. It shows us that it's possible to be confident in our abilities, to take pride in our accomplishments, without letting it inflate our ego. Benjamin's experience teaches us that no matter how high we climb, humility keeps us grounded. So how do we distinguish between confidence and arrogance? This question is more crucial than it may initially appear. As we embark on this exploration, let's remember that the divergence between confidence and arrogance lies primarily in their essence and implications. Confidence is a self-assuredness that stems from an individual's trust in their own abilities and qualities. It's about acknowledging your worth without belittling others. Imagine a musician who steps onto the stage with a calm demeanor, knowing that they've practiced and prepared for this moment. They don't need to boast about their skills or put down other musicians to feel secure. Their confidence is their quiet, unwavering belief in themselves. On the contrary, arrogance is a sense of superiority that often overshadows one's actual abilities. It's about self-promotion at the expense of others. Picture a similar musician who steps onto the stage boasting about their talent and dismissing other performers. Their arrogance is their loud proclamation of superiority, often without the substance to back it up. Another distinguishing factor lies in the realm of feedback and growth. A confident individual appreciates constructive criticism and views it as an opportunity for growth. They understand that learning is a continuous process, and they're open to improving. However, an arrogant person often dismisses criticism, believing they already know best. They may see feedback as a threat rather than a chance to grow. Lastly, confidence is often coupled with gratitude and humility. Confident people understand that they didn't get where they are all by themselves. They acknowledge the help they've received along the way. Arrogant individuals, on the other hand, tend to claim all credit, often overlooking the contributions of others. Understanding these differences can help us maintain the balance between confidence and humility. As we navigate our paths, let's strive to be self-assured, not superior, open to growth, not dismissive, and appreciative, not self-absorbed. Let's let our confidence shine brightly without veering into arrogance. Now, how can we strike the perfect balance between confidence and humility? This question might be lingering in your minds following our discussion on the critical differences between confidence and arrogance. Let's delve into some practical tips and techniques to help you hit this sweet spot. First off, self-reflection. It's essential to take a step back, look in the mirror, and assess who you are and where you are, honestly and objectively. Ask yourself, am I confident or am I crossing into arrogance? This self-awareness is the first step towards achieving a balanced mindset. Next, seek feedback. We often have blind spots about our own behavior, and feedback from others can provide valuable insights. Don't shy away from constructive criticism. Instead, consider it a golden opportunity to grow. Remember, the goal isn't to become perfect, but to become better. Another technique is practicing gratitude. It's easy to get caught up in our own accomplishments and forget the role others have played in our journey. Regularly expressing gratitude can keep our feet firmly grounded. It reminds us that while we have achieved much, we didn't do it alone. Also, cultivate a growth mindset. Believe in your ability to learn and grow. This mindset will help you face challenges with confidence, without the fear of failure. It's about knowing that even if you stumble, you have the capability to get back up and keep going. Lastly, practice empathy. Understand and appreciate the feelings and perspectives of others. This not only makes you more approachable but also helps in maintaining a humble attitude. Humility is, after all, about recognizing and respecting the worth and dignity of all individuals. Remember, confidence is not about proving yourself to others, but about believing in yourself. And humility is not about downplaying your achievements, but about acknowledging the role of others in your success. So, we've journeyed through the delicate balance of confidence and humility. We've walked in the shoes of Amelia, who found her self-assured stride without stumbling into arrogance, and Benjamin, who learned that true confidence does not overshadow others but illuminates paths for everyone. We've dissected the fine lines that separate confidence from arrogance, understanding that the former is about belief in oneself, while the latter is an overestimation of one's abilities. We've also explored various techniques to keep our confidence in check, from self-reflection to empathy, to ensure it doesn't morph into hubris. It's a balancing act, a dance between being self-assured and remaining grounded, between standing tall and not looking down on others. Remember, the goal is not to become less confident or more humble, but to find the sweet spot where confidence and humility coexist. That's the key to true success.
Have you ever wondered why some conversations leave you feeling truly heard, while others seem shallow and unfulfilling? Well, the secret sauce might be something called active listening. This isn't just about hearing the words that are spoken. It's about truly understanding the emotions, the ideas, and the underlying messages that are being communicated. Active listening plays a pivotal role in all types of relationships, not just the romantic ones. It's like a bridge, allowing us to connect with others on a deeper level. It builds understanding and trust, two cornerstones of any strong relationship. And guess what? It's also a fantastic tool for resolving conflicts. Instead of just hearing words and preparing our response, active listening encourages us to fully engage with the speaker, to empathize with their perspective, and to give thoughtful responses. Active listening can transform your conversations and relationships, but how do you do it? Well, stick around to find out. Active listening is not a passive activity. It requires effort and intentionality. Let's break down this concept into three main components: full attention, understanding, and responding. Each of these components plays a crucial role in effective communication, and none can be overlooked. First, let's talk about full attention. This is more than just hearing the words that are spoken. It's about being fully present in the conversation, shutting out distractions, and focusing on the speaker. It's about observing the speaker's body language, tone of voice, and facial expressions. Full attention is about immersing yourself in the conversation and showing the speaker that you are genuinely interested in what they have to say. The second component is understanding. This goes beyond merely comprehending the words. It involves grasping the emotions, ideas, and thoughts behind the words. To truly understand, you need to put yourself in the speaker's shoes, empathize with their feelings, and see the world from their perspective. Understanding involves asking clarifying questions when something is unclear, and summarizing or paraphrasing what the speaker has said to ensure you've got it right. The third and final component is responding. This is not just about giving a reply. It's about providing feedback that shows you've heard and understood. It's about validating the speaker's feelings and thoughts, expressing empathy, and offering support or advice if appropriate. Responding is also about being honest and respectful in your feedback, even when you disagree. These three components, full attention, understanding, and responding, are like the legs of a stool. Each one is crucial to support the structure of effective communication. Without one, the stool will topple over. Similarly, without one of these components, active listening can't be effective. So, you need to fully attend to the person, understand what they're saying, and respond appropriately. But how can you put these into practice? Stay tuned as we delve into each of these components in the next scenes. Scene script. First, let's talk about giving your full attention during a conversation. Now, showing full attention can seem like a daunting task, right? With the constant buzz of our phones, the allure of social media, and the daily demands of life, it's all too easy to let our minds wander. But here's the thing, giving your full attention is about more than just putting your phone away or turning off the television. It's about truly being present in the moment. Imagine you're at a coffee shop and you're having a conversation with someone you're interested in. You're not just sitting there, sipping your coffee and nodding along. No, you're leaning in, maintaining eye contact, and showing with your body language that you are truly engaged with what they're saying. You're not just hearing their words, you're listening. Now, maintaining eye contact doesn't mean staring them down like a hawk. It's about holding their gaze to show you're focused on them and what they're saying. It's a delicate balance, but when done right, it can make a world of difference. And speaking of balance, let's talk about body language. Body language is a powerful tool that can either enhance or undermine your listening efforts. By leaning in slightly, nodding at the right times, and showing open body language, you're signaling to the other person that you're invested in the conversation and value what they're saying. But remember, paying full attention isn't just about focusing on the words being said. It's also about picking up on nonverbal cues. Is their tone of voice changing? Are they avoiding eye contact? Are they fidgeting? These little details can provide valuable insights into what the other person is feeling and thinking. So pay attention, not just to the words, but also to the silence. By giving your full attention, you're showing the other person that you value their thoughts and feelings. And in doing so, you're not just listening, you're connecting. You're building a bridge of understanding and empathy that can deepen your relationship and make your interactions more meaningful. Understanding is the next critical step in active listening. Imagine this. You're in a conversation with someone who's sharing their world with you. To truly understand their perspective, not just the words they are saying, there are a few key steps you can take. Let's delve into them. First up is asking clarifying questions. This is where you gently probe for more information to get a clearer picture. You might say, "Could you tell me more about that?" Or, "What did you mean when you said?" But remember, it's not an interrogation. Your goal is to show genuine curiosity and to help the other person unfold their story. Next, we have paraphrasing. This is a powerful tool to demonstrate that you are not only hearing, but also understanding what's being said. It's like holding up a mirror to their words. You might say, "So what you're saying is," or, "If I understand correctly, you feel." It's not about repeating their words verbatim, but rephrasing them in your own language. This acts as a feedback mechanism, allowing the speaker to correct any misconceptions or to confirm your understanding. And then we have empathy. This is about connecting with the emotions behind the words. It's about feeling with the person, not just for them. You might say, "That sounds really tough," or, "I can see why you're excited about that." Empathy creates a shared emotional experience, making the conversation more meaningful and memorable. However, to truly understand, you need to keep your personal biases and judgments aside. This is easier said than done, but it's crucial. It's about stepping out of your shoes and into theirs. It's about seeing their world through their eyes, not through the lens of your experiences or beliefs. This doesn't mean you have to agree with everything they say, but it does mean respecting their perspective as valid and real for them. Understanding isn't just about hearing the words, it's about grasping the feelings and ideas behind them. So, when you're in your next conversation, remember to ask, paraphrase, empathize, and keep an open mind. You'll be amazed at the depth of understanding you can achieve. Finally, active listening involves responding in a way that shows you've understood and cared. It's the gentle nod of the head, the soft "I see," and the thoughtful "tell me more." It's about crafting responses that demonstrate your genuine engagement and interest in the other person's world. Thoughtful responses are like the icing on the cake of a good conversation. They show that you have not only heard the words, but have also understood the sentiments behind them. They're like a warm hug that says, "I've heard you, and I care." So how do we craft these responses? The first step is to avoid criticism or sounding dismissive. It's easy to fall into the trap of offering advice or trying to fix the situation. But remember, active listening is about understanding, not solving. Instead of saying, "You should have done this," try saying, "That sounds challenging. What do you think you'll do next?" This encourages further dialogue and shows that you respect their ability to handle their situation. Next, express appreciation for their openness and honesty. This can be as simple as saying, "Thank you for sharing that with me," or "I appreciate your honesty." It shows that you value their trust and are grateful for their willingness to open up to you. It creates a safe space for them to share more in the future. Lastly, remember to give feedback that is specific and sincere. Instead of a generic, "That's interesting," try something more specific like, "I find your perspective on this really insightful." This shows that you've been paying attention to the details and genuinely value their thoughts. Crafting appropriate responses requires empathy, patience, and thoughtfulness. It's about putting yourself in their shoes, understanding their perspective, and responding in a manner that shows this understanding. Responding appropriately completes the cycle of active listening and paves the way for deeper and more meaningful conversations. So the next time you find yourself in a conversation, remember to listen with your ears, understand with your heart, and respond with care. Active listening might seem like a lot of work, but it's a skill worth mastering. It's a three-part symphony of giving your full attention, achieving understanding, and responding appropriately. Full attention is not just about hearing the words spoken, but also about noticing the subtle cues in tone, emotion, and body language. It's about being there, being present, and showing that you truly care. Understanding is the second act. It's not about interpreting the words in your own context, but striving to see the world from their eyes. It's about empathy. It's about connection. Finally, a response isn't just about what you say, but how you say it. It's about validating their feelings, offering support, and showing respect. Active listening is a powerful tool. It can break down walls, resolve conflicts, and most importantly, it can enhance relationships. Start practicing active listening.
Ever wondered why some relationships feel so effortless while others seem like a constant struggle? Perhaps you've noticed how some bonds are able to withstand the test of time, while others wither away despite your best efforts. This disparity can leave us puzzled, questioning our own ability to nurture relationships. But don't worry, it's not as complicated as it seems. The secret might be simpler than you think. It's all about finding common ground. Common ground, a shared interest or belief, is the cornerstone of any successful relationship. Like the roots of a tree, common ground anchors relationships, providing strength and stability. It's that shared love of coffee, that mutual passion for the arts, that joint belief in the power of kindness. These shared interests and beliefs are not just topics for conversation, but form the very foundation upon which relationships are built. Common ground is the bridge that connects two individuals, allowing them to understand, respect, and appreciate each other's perspectives. It's the glue that holds relationships together, fostering trust, promoting communication, and nurturing a sense of belonging. In every successful relationship, there is common ground. It could be as simple as a shared hobby or as profound as a shared life philosophy. It's the thread that weaves together different experiences, backgrounds, and personalities into a rich tapestry of connection. Whether it's in friendships, romantic relationships, or professional partnerships, common ground is the key to harmony and connection. Imagine two individuals, let's call them Alex and Bailey. Our story begins with Alex, a software engineer with a love for technology and a knack for solving complex problems. Alex spends most of his time glued to his computer screen, decoding the mysteries of the digital world. His passion for technology is as intense as his love for solitude. He prefers his quiet corner in a cafe with a steaming cup of coffee and his laptop for company. Then we have Bailey, a vibrant and outgoing individual with a deep love for arts and music. Bailey is a music teacher who spends her days immersed in melodies and harmonies, teaching young minds how to create beautiful symphonies. Her world is full of color, creativity, and endless chatter. Bailey thrives in the company of others, her energy and enthusiasm infectious. At first glance, it seems like Alex and Bailey are worlds apart. Their interests, their personalities, their ways of life are so divergent that it's hard to imagine them connecting on any level. But life has a funny way of bringing people together. One day, Alex and Bailey find themselves at a mutual friend's dinner party. They find themselves in the same room, surrounded by the same people, but still in their own separate worlds. Alex is quietly observing everyone, comfortable in his solitude. Bailey is in her element, chatting away, her laughter echoing through the room. During the course of the evening, they both end up in the kitchen. Bailey, with her love for creating, finds herself drawn to the art of cooking. And Alex, with his analytical mind, is intrigued by the science behind the recipes. It's here, amidst the clatter of pots and pans, the aroma of spices and the sizzle of food, that they find their common ground. Their shared interest in cooking creates an unexpected bridge between their worlds. They start exchanging recipes, discussing cooking techniques, experimenting with flavors. They begin spending more time together, cooking, learning, and bonding over their shared passion. The kitchen becomes their rendezvous point, their sanctuary, their common ground. Alex, the introvert, starts opening up. He shares his favorite recipes, his secret ingredients, his cooking hacks. Bailey, the extrovert, listens, learns, and shares her own culinary secrets. They laugh, they argue, they agree, they disagree, but most importantly, they connect. As they navigate their way through the culinary world, they discover more about each other. Alex's love for precision and problem-solving is reflected in his cooking. Bailey's creativity and spontaneity shine through her dishes. They learn to appreciate each other's differences, to respect each other's perspectives. Their shared love for cooking brings out the best in them, helping them understand and appreciate each other on a deeper level. This common interest becomes the catalyst for a stronger connection. Their relationship evolves, grows stronger and deeper. They start understanding each other better, appreciating their differences, and celebrating their similarities. Their shared passion for cooking serves as a foundation for a bond that is strong, resilient, and enduring. By finding their shared passion, Alex and Bailey were able to build a strong and lasting bond. Now you might be thinking, sure, Alex and Bailey got lucky, but what if there's no obvious common ground? Well, fear not, dear listener, because finding shared interests isn't always about stumbling upon a mutual love for vintage comic books or a shared passion for deep-sea diving. Sometimes it's about digging a little deeper and being open to new experiences. Imagine it like this. You're peeling an onion layer by layer, getting to know someone. It's a journey of discovery that requires patience, curiosity, and yes, a little bit of courage. You might find that you both love the smell of rain or share a guilty pleasure for cheesy 80s music, or maybe you both have a soft spot for dogs with one floppy ear. The point is, shared interests can be found in the most unexpected places if you're willing to look. But here's the thing, identifying common ground is just the beginning. What really matters is how you use these shared interests to build stronger connections. It's about taking those shared moments and experiences and weaving them into the fabric of your relationship, creating a sense of compatibility that can deepen over time. Think of it this way, shared interests are like a bridge, a safe and familiar place where two people can meet. And the more bridges you build, the stronger your connection becomes. So how do you start identifying these shared interests? Open communication is key. Ask questions, share stories, be curious about the other person's world. And remember, it's a two-way street. Be open about your own interests as well, because you never know what might resonate with the other person. In the end, finding common ground is not about luck. It's about being open, inquisitive, and willing to step out of your comfort zone. It's about embracing the fact that each person you meet is a unique blend of experiences, interests, and quirks just waiting to be discovered. Remember, every person you meet is a new opportunity to learn, grow, and find common ground. So, what have we learned about finding common ground in relationships? Well, we've journeyed through the concept of common ground and why it's so invaluable in relationship building. We've learned that shared interests create a sense of compatibility, a bond that can only deepen as time goes on. It's the spark that lights the flame of connection, the glue that holds relationships together. We've also delved into the power of communication in finding these shared interests. Whether it's a passion for art, a love for cooking, or even a fondness for the same type of music, we've realized that these commonalities can only be discovered through open and honest conversation. It's about asking the right questions, actively listening, and sharing your own interests too. Communication is the bridge that leads to common ground. It's the key that unlocks the door to shared interests. But it's not just about identifying these shared interests, it's about nurturing them. It's about exploring them together, using them as a platform to build and deepen your relationship. It's about creating shared experiences, making memories, and growing together. We've seen that shared interests are more than just commonalities. They're opportunities for growth, for connection, and for a deeper understanding of each other. And what about those relationships where it seems like there's no common ground? We've learned that every relationship has the potential for growth, for connection. It's about digging a little deeper, being a little curious, and being open to the possibility of discovering a shared interest that you never knew existed. It's about being patient, persistent, and positive. It's about believing in the power of common ground, even when it seems elusive. So, as we wrap up this chapter, let's remind ourselves of the power of common ground in relationships. Let's remember that it's not just about finding shared interests, but about using them as a platform for growth and connection. Let's remember that communication is key in discovering these shared interests, and that every relationship has the potential for common ground. And as we look forward to the next chapter, let's take these lessons with us. Let's apply them in our relationships. Let's use them to forge stronger ties, to build deeper connections. Because at the end of the day, finding common ground is more than just a strategy, it's a way of life. Remember, finding common ground is the secret to effortless relationships. On that note, we bid you a fond farewell and wish you...
Ever wondered how to subtly flirt without being too forward? Well, you're in the right place. Welcome to the thrilling yet often mystifying world of subtle flirting. This isn't about grand gestures or overt displays of affection. No, this is about the art of expressing interest with a touch of finesse, leaving a trail of intrigue and sparking curiosity, all while maintaining an air of comfort and ease. Subtle flirting is like a fine wine. It's delicate, nuanced, and when done right, can leave a lasting impression. It's a gentle dance between two souls, a playful exchange that can turn an ordinary moment into a memorable one. It's about creating a romantic atmosphere without cranking up the heat too high. Think of it as a game of chess, where every move is calculated yet spontaneous, every glance a silent conversation. But why is subtle flirting important, you may ask? Well, put simply, it's a way to test the waters, to see if that spark you feel is shared without making things uncomfortable. It's a way to show someone you're interested in them without shouting it from the rooftops. It's a way to build a connection, to create a sense of intimacy, all while keeping things light and fun. Subtle flirting is about more than just expressing romantic interest. It's about creating a connection, about building a relationship on a foundation of mutual respect and understanding. It's about showing someone that you see them, that you appreciate them for who they are, not just what they look like. So what does subtle flirting look like? It can be a lingering glance, a playful jest, a genuine compliment. It can be as simple as a smile, as complex as a carefully crafted text message. It's a language all its own, one that's spoken in whispers and gestures, in looks and laughter. So, are you ready to dive into the world of subtle flirting? Buckle up because it's going to be an exciting ride. The first step to mastering the art of subtle flirting is understanding body language. Body language can be one of the most powerful tools in your social arsenal. It's a silent orchestra, conducting a symphony of unspoken communication. It's the subtle dance of eye contact, the rhythm of leaning in and out, the poetry of gestures, all combining to create the melody of attraction. So let's delve deeper into this silent symphony, shall we? First up, eye contact. It's the cornerstone of all communication, not just flirting. When you lock eyes with someone, you're essentially opening a window to your soul, inviting them in. But remember, there's a fine line between a captivating gaze and a creepy stare. You want to maintain a soft, welcoming eye contact that says, "I'm interested in you," not, "I'm plotting your demise." Moving on to our next conductor of this silent orchestra, open body language. What does that mean, you ask? Well, it's all about making yourself approachable. Uncross those arms, relax those shoulders, and let your body communicate openness and interest. It's like saying, "Hey, I'm comfortable around you, and I want you to feel the same." Now let's talk about mirroring, the subtle art of mimicking the other person's body language. It's a subconscious signal that we're on the same wavelength. It's like a secret handshake, an unspoken bond. But just like with eye contact, there's a balance to be struck. You don't want to come off as a copycat or a mime. It's all about subtlety, remember? So, there you have it, the major players of the body language symphony. Eye contact, open body language, and subtle mirroring can make your flirting game strong and subtle. They are the quiet accomplices in your pursuit of connection and attraction, the unspoken words in your conversation. Remember, body language speaks volumes, so use it wisely. And with that, we're one step closer to mastering the art of subtle flirting. Stay tuned for our next scene where we'll dive into the power of playful banter. Moving on to the next step, let's talk about playful banter. Now, playful banter is a form of conversation that is lighthearted, humorous, and subtly flirtatious. It's like a verbal dance, a delicate balance of wit, laughter, and subtle indications of interest. You see, the beauty of playful banter is that it allows you to test the waters, to see how the other person responds, without putting your feelings fully on the line. Think of playful banter as a game of table tennis. You're bouncing ideas and comments back and forth, each one a little more teasing than the last. The objective isn't to win, but to keep the game going, to keep the conversation flowing. It's about creating an atmosphere of fun and ease, where both parties feel comfortable and engaged. The key to effective banter is humor. Now, humor isn't just about cracking jokes. It's about seeing the lighter side of life. It's about not taking everything so seriously. It's about making the other person smile and laugh. Humor can break down barriers. It can bring people closer. It allows you to connect on a deeper level. Playful banter is also about listening, about responding to what the other person is saying. It's about being present, about being engaged. It's a two-way street, a give and take. It's not about dominating the conversation. It's about creating a dialogue, a shared experience. And remember, the goal of playful banter isn't to impress, it's to express. It's to show your personality, your wit, your charm. It's to create a connection, a bond. It's about showing interest without coming on too strong. It's about creating a romantic atmosphere, a spark, without being too forward. So, the next time you're chatting with someone you're interested in, remember to keep it light and playful. Use humor, be engaged, and most importantly, be yourself. Because at the end of the day, the most attractive thing you can be is genuine. So, go ahead, embrace the power of playful banter and see where it can take you. Now, let's talk about the art of giving compliments. Compliments are like little gifts of love. They're not about flattery, they're about acknowledging the good in another person. But in the realm of subtle flirting, they can also be a powerful tool to show interest and admiration. Knowing how to give a genuine compliment is a skill that can create a romantic atmosphere without being too forward. So how do we go about it? It's quite simple, yet requires a bit of thoughtfulness. The golden rule here is sincerity. A compliment should come from a place of genuine appreciation. It should be about something that you truly admire about the person. It could be about their looks, their personality, their skills, or even something as simple as their laugh. But remember, being genuine doesn't mean being overly personal, especially when you're just getting to know someone. It's important to strike a balance between being sincere and respectful. For instance, instead of saying "you have beautiful eyes," which can sound a bit cliché and too personal, you could say, "your eyes light up when you talk about books." It shows your passion and it's quite captivating. Another tip is to be specific with your compliments. Instead of going for generic praise like "you're nice," delve a bit deeper. Find something specific about them that you appreciate. For example, "I admire how you stood up for your colleague today. It shows your kindness and courage." Being specific not only makes your compliment stand out, but it also shows that you're paying attention. One thing to avoid is coming off as insincere or superficial. If you don't mean it, don't say it. People can usually tell when a compliment is forced or fake. So keep it real, keep it sincere, and keep it respectful. In the end, giving a genuine compliment is about making the other person feel seen, appreciated, and valued. It's about making them feel good about themselves and creating a positive vibe between the two of you. And who knows? That compliment could be the spark that lights up a meaningful conversation or even a budding romance. When done right, a genuine compliment can make someone's day and open the door to further conversation. So, what have we learned about subtle flirting today? Well, we've discovered that it's a delicate dance, a beautiful ballet of communication that goes much deeper than mere words. It's about crafting an atmosphere where romance can bloom without being too forward or making anyone uncomfortable. We've delved into the importance of understanding body language, the nonverbal cues that speak volumes about our interest and intentions. Remember, a warm smile, sustained eye contact, and open posture can send clear signals of interest. On the flip side, crossed arms, lack of eye contact, or turning away can indicate disinterest. So always be aware of these silent signals you're sending and receiving. We also discussed the power of playful banter, the art of engaging in lighthearted, teasing conversations that can build rapport and spark attraction. It's not about making fun of someone, but rather about showing your wit and charm. It's about creating a fun, relaxed atmosphere where both of you can be yourselves and enjoy the interaction. We then explored the importance of giving genuine compliments. Compliments can be a potent tool in your flirting arsenal, but they need to be sincere and specific. Complimenting someone on their unique qualities or the things that make them stand out shows that you're paying attention and that you appreciate them for who they truly are. But most importantly, we've learned that subtle flirting is about balance. It's about expressing interest without coming on too strong. It's about being genuine, respectful, and considerate. It's about creating a connection that's based on mutual attraction and shared interests without rushing or forcing anything. So, as we wrap up, remember to always be mindful of your body language, engage in playful banter, and give genuine compliments. These are the key ingredients in the recipe for subtle flirting. Remember, the goal of subtle flirting is to express interest without making things uncomfortable. So keep practicing these tips. Have you ever wondered how to show support to your crush? It's a question that has puzzled many, and the answer might be simpler than you think. Welcome to our exploration of the art of supporting, a critical aspect of any relationship, whether it's budding or blossoming. The idea of being supportive extends beyond mere companionship. It's about standing by someone's side as they chase their dreams and aspirations. It's about being that rock they can lean on, the cheerleader cheering them on, and the confidant they can confide in. More often than not, we focus on physical presence, but emotional presence is equally, if not more, important. Now you might be asking, what exactly is emotional support? Emotional support is about understanding, empathy, and validation. It is listening without judgment, comforting without dismissing, and encouraging without controlling. It's about being a safe space for someone to express their feelings, fears, and aspirations. Why does this matter in a relationship, especially with someone you're just starting to get to know, like a crush? Well, emotional support builds a connection that goes beyond physical attraction. It fosters a bond based on mutual respect and understanding, paving the way for a deeper, more meaningful relationship. Imagine this. Your crush dreams of becoming a world-class chef, but they're stuck in a desk job they despise. Being supportive doesn't mean you have to quit your job and join them in culinary school. It could be as simple as encouraging them to take that cooking class they've been eyeing or listening to their frustrations about their current job without offering unsolicited advice. But remember, being supportive isn't about fixing their problems. It's about being there for them, helping them believe in themselves and their dreams. It's about letting them know they're not alone in their journey, and that in itself can make all the difference. So as we delve deeper into the art of supporting, remember this. It's not just about being there physically, but emotionally as well. Let's take a look at the story of Sarah and John, a couple who learned how to be supportive in their relationship. Sarah, a vibrant, passionate woman, is a budding artist whose creativity knows no bounds. Her partner, John, is a software engineer, a man of logic and precision, who loves to unravel the complexities of code. At first glance, they may seem like two worlds apart, but their differences serve to complement each other, creating a beautiful harmony in their relationship. Sarah's world is filled with colors, textures, and abstract interpretations, while John's is woven with algorithms, codes, and systematic logic. Yet they found a shared language in their love and support for each other's aspirations. John, the logical software engineer, did not just appreciate Sarah's art, he embraced it. He attended Sarah's art showcases, standing proudly in the crowd, his eyes mirroring the colors of Sarah's canvas. He didn't just observe her art, he took the time to understand it, to feel the emotions that Sarah poured into each stroke of her brush. Sarah, in turn, valued John's feedback. His perspective, though different from hers, provided a fresh lens through which she could view her work. His words, constructive and insightful, helped her refine her art, pushing her boundaries and encouraging her growth as an artist. John's support wasn't just in his words or his presence at her showcases. It was in his belief in Sarah, in his confidence in her talent and her dreams. Every time Sarah doubted herself, John was there, reminding her of her potential, of the magic she created with her paintbrush. Sarah's art flourished under John's unwavering support. She found herself growing, not just as an artist, but as a person. John's support gave her the courage to push boundaries, to explore new styles, to take risks, and to dream bigger. John's support helped Sarah to grow as an artist and gave her the confidence to pursue her dreams. And in this story of Sarah and John, we see the transformative power of being supportive in a relationship. It's not just about being there for each other, but about encouraging each other to chase after their dreams, to become the best versions of themselves. John's actions were more than just gestures. They were powerful signs of support. That's right, they were potent symbols of trust, belief, and love. But how exactly did this support influence Sarah? Let's dive in. John's support had a profound impact on Sarah. It made her feel valued, and that feeling of worthiness boosted her self-esteem. You see, when someone believes in us, it ignites a spark within us, a spark that can light our way even in the darkest of times. In Sarah's case, this spark ignited her determination to pursue her dreams, no matter the odds. Support is like a gentle nudge in the right direction. It's a whisper in the ear saying, "You can do this." And when we know that someone is rooting for us, we're more likely to take that leap of faith. That's exactly what happened with Sarah. John's unwavering support gave her the confidence to take that first step towards her dreams. But the power of support doesn't end there. It also fosters personal growth. You see, when we're supported, it's easier for us to step out of our comfort zone and try new things. This is because we know that even if we fail, there's someone who'll catch us, pick us up, and tell us to try again. That's exactly what John did for Sarah. He was her safety net, encouraging her to grow and evolve. In a relationship, being supportive is not just about being there for the other person. It's about empowering them, encouraging them to be the best version of themselves. It's about nurturing their dreams and aspirations. And that's what John did for Sarah. But let's not forget, support is a two-way street. It strengthens the bond between two people. It creates a sense of mutual respect and understanding. It nurtures the connection, making it deeper and more meaningful. John's support didn't just help Sarah achieve her dreams. It brought them closer together. It made their relationship stronger. By showing his support, John not only helped Sarah to pursue her dreams, but also strengthened their relationship. In the end, isn't that what all relationships should strive for? To empower each other and to grow together. But how can we show our support to our partners effectively? Well, let's dive into the matter, shall we? Showing support isn't about grand gestures or expensive gifts. It's about the little things that add up to make a big difference. So, here are some practical tips to help you become a pillar of support for your partner. First and foremost, practice active listening. This means not only hearing what your partner is saying, but truly understanding their words and their underlying emotions. It's about giving them your undivided attention, nodding along to show you're engaged, and responding in a way that shows you've taken their words to heart. Remember, the objective here is to make them feel heard and valued. Next, take an interest in their activities, even if you're not particularly fond of them yourself. This could mean anything from watching their favorite shows with them, to joining them in their hobbies, or even just asking about their day. The point is to show them that you care about their interests and are willing to make an effort to understand them better. Providing constructive feedback is another way to show your support. This doesn't mean criticizing or belittling their ideas, but rather offering helpful suggestions that could help them improve. It's about being their sounding board, helping them see things from a different perspective, and encouraging them to grow. Lastly, be their cheerleader in their endeavors. Celebrate their victories, no matter how small, and remind them of their strengths when they're feeling down. Let them know you believe in them and that you're there to support them, come what may. Remember, support isn't a one-time thing. It's a continuous process. It's about being there for your partner, not just in their moments of triumph, but also in their times of struggle. It's about understanding them, appreciating them, and helping them strive to become the best version of themselves. Supporting your partner isn't hard, it just requires a bit of effort, understanding, and a lot of love. So, what did we learn today about being supportive in a relationship? Well, let's take a moment to reflect. In the grand tapestry of relationships, the thread of support stands out as a vibrant and crucial strand. It's the silent hero, the unspoken bond that holds two hearts together. We've explored this in depth today, and it's clear that being supportive is not just a nice-to-have, but a must-have in any relationship. We delved into the art of supporting, understanding its importance and how it forms the backbone of a strong, healthy relationship. We learned that support is not just about being there in times of need, but also about celebrating triumphs, sharing dreams, and even navigating the mundane together. We journeyed with Sarah and John, witnessing firsthand how their relationship flourished when they started to support each other's aspirations. Their story was a testament to the transformative power of support. It showed us that when you genuinely care for someone, their dreams become your dreams, their victories your victories. We then turned our focus to the power of support. We discovered how it can instill confidence, foster growth, and deepen the bond between two people. We learned that support is not just about words, but about actions. It's about showing up, being present, and standing by your partner, come rain or shine. And finally, we learned effective ways to show support. We saw that it's not about grand gestures, but about the small everyday actions that show your partner you care. It could be as simple as listening to their day, helping them with a task, or encouraging them when they're feeling low. In conclusion, being supportive is a key ingredient in the recipe for a successful relationship. It's about being there for your partner, in good times and in bad, and helping them reach their full potential. Remember, showing support to your partner is one of the best ways to strengthen your bond and help. Have you ever wondered why some people are just irresistibly attractive, even without a Hollywood smile or a supermodel body? Well, the secret might be simpler than you think. It's not always about the physical appearance, it's about the mystery and intrigue that lies beneath. Imagine a book. Its cover might be plain, but the story within could be complex and engaging. The same applies to people. The allure of mystery and intrigue is like a magnetic pull, inviting others to delve deeper, to uncover the layers that make up the essence of who we are. Physical beauty may capture the eye, but it's the enigma that captures the heart and mind. It's the quiet charm that whispers rather than shouts. It's the tantalizing puzzle that invites curiosity, the unwritten story waiting to be discovered. Intrigue is not about being aloof or distant, but about revealing oneself gradually and strategically. It's the dance of attraction, a delicate balance between revelation and concealment. Mystery is an art, and like any art, it requires practice and finesse to master. So let's dive into the depths of this captivating art form and explore its nuances together. When we talk about mystery, it's important to clarify what we mean. Being mysterious isn't about being secretive or dishonest. Far from it. It's about revealing yourself slowly and selectively. It's about giving people glimpses of your personality, layer by layer, like a beautifully wrapped gift that takes time to open. Each layer reveals something new, something unexpected, and that's what keeps the interest alive. Imagine reading a book that reveals all its secrets in the first few pages. The excitement would fizzle out quickly, wouldn't it? The same principle applies to personal interactions. By maintaining an air of mystery, you keep the other person on their toes, curious and eager to know more. Mystery is like a spice. It adds flavor to your personality, making it more appealing and intriguing. It creates a sense of anticipation, of looking forward to the next interaction. It's a powerful tool that can create a magnetic attraction. Being mysterious also has another unique benefit. It allows you to control the pace of the relationship. You get to decide when and what aspects of your personality to reveal. This not only gives you a sense of control, but it also gives the other person time to appreciate the many facets of your personality. Think of yourself as a multi-layered painting, waiting to be discovered. Each layer has its own charm, its own story to tell, and as each layer is unveiled, the painting becomes more beautiful, more intriguing. That's the art of mystery. But remember, the goal is not to be an enigma, a puzzle that's impossible to solve. The goal is to invite others to discover the depth and richness of your personality. To let them see that you are not just a single note, but a symphony of thoughts, experiences, and emotions. To let them feel the thrill of uncovering each layer, each beautiful mystery that makes you, you. Remember, the goal is not to be an enigma, but to invite others to discover the depth and richness of your personality. Intrigue, on the other hand, is the spice that adds flavor to the mystery. Now let's delve into the realm of intrigue. Intrigue is a tantalizing concept, like a puzzle waiting to be solved, a secret waiting to be revealed. It's the allure of the unexpected, the charm of the unanticipated, and the excitement of the unforeseen. It's the curiosity that prompts us to look beyond the surface, to delve deeper, to uncover the layers hidden beneath. Consider intrigue as the seasoning sprinkled over the dish of mystery, enhancing its flavor, making it more enticing, more irresistible. It complements mystery, adding an extra layer of depth and complexity. It's the unexpected twist in the plot, the surprising character trait, the sudden change in direction that leaves you eagerly anticipating what comes next. So how do we weave this element of intrigue into our everyday lives? How do we become that book that others can't put down? That movie they can't stop watching? That person they can't stop thinking about? Well, it's all about being a little unexpected, a little out of the ordinary. It's about having unique hobbies or interests that set you apart from the crowd. Perhaps you're a rock climber, a salsa dancer, or a gourmet chef in your spare time. These are not just hobbies, but intriguing aspects of your personality that make you who you are. It's also about having a unique perspective on life, seeing the world through a lens that's uniquely your own. Maybe you have a knack for finding beauty in the most mundane things, or a way of looking at problems as opportunities in disguise. And then, it's about expressing yourself in a unique and engaging way. It might be through your sense of humor, your storytelling abilities, or your knack for asking thought-provoking questions. These are the elements that make you intriguing, that make people want to know more about you, to unravel the layers of your personality. Intrigue is the spark that ignites curiosity and interest, leading to a deeper desire to know more. So, let's embrace the intrigue. Let's become the mystery, and let's keep them guessing. So how does one become a master of mystery and intrigue, you may ask? Well, let's dive right in. The first step is to learn to listen more and talk less. This doesn't mean becoming a wallflower or a silent observer. Instead, it's about fostering genuine curiosity about others. When you listen attentively, not only do you learn more about the other person, but you also create an air of mystery about yourself. After all, there's something inherently intriguing about someone who takes the time to really listen. Secondly, be selective about what you share about yourself. Oversharing can diminish the element of mystery. So, instead of laying all your cards on the table, hold back on some details. This isn't about being dishonest or deceitful, but about creating a sense of intrigue. You see, when you reveal less, the other person becomes more interested in discovering more about you. The third tip is to have a life outside of the relationship. While it's wonderful to share experiences with your significant other, having your own interests and activities adds to your mystique. This shows that you are independent and have a world beyond the relationship, which can be incredibly intriguing. Lastly, always leave something to the imagination. Whether it's an unexpected smile, a subtle glance, or an unexplained absence, these small elements can spark curiosity. They create a puzzle for the other person to solve, which can add an exciting layer of mystery to your persona. But remember, mastering mystery and intrigue isn't about playing games or manipulating others. It's about bringing depth and intrigue to your interactions, fostering curiosity, and maintaining a balanced sense of individuality within your relationships. So start practicing these tips today. Listen more, reveal less, maintain your individuality, and leave a little to the imagination. With practice and patience, anyone can become a master of mystery and intrigue. So why are mystery and intrigue so attractive? Well, let's dive into the labyrinth of the human mind to find some answers. Firstly, mystery and intrigue are like the irresistible siren's call to our natural curiosity. We're all explorers at heart, drawn to the thrill of the unknown, the uncharted, and the unexplained. It's a primal urge, deeply ingrained in our DNA, a remnant from our ancestors who ventured into unexplored terrains and discovered new worlds. Intrigue, on the other hand, is the spicy seasoning that adds flavor to our otherwise mundane existence. It's like the unexpected plot twist in a riveting novel, or the unexpected chord change in a beautiful symphony. It keeps us on our toes, never quite knowing what to expect. And oh, how we love the unexpected. It's the anticipation, the suspense, the thrill of the surprise that keeps us hooked. But there's more to it than just the thrill. Mystery and intrigue also appeal to our desire for depth and complexity. In a world that often seems shallow and superficial, we yearn for something more profound, something that challenges us, makes us think, and pushes us out of our comfort zones. Mystery and intrigue provide us with that depth, that intellectual stimulation we crave. Moreover, there's a certain beauty in the process of unraveling a mystery, a sense of satisfaction that comes from piecing together the puzzle. It's an invitation to embark on a journey of discovery, a journey that's as much about the destination as it is about the journey itself. So, to sum it up, mystery and intrigue are not just about being enigmatic or playing mind games. It's about embracing the richness and complexity of the human personality, about revealing ourselves layer by layer, like a beautifully written novel. It's about inviting others to join us on this journey of discovery, to share in the joy and the thrill of unraveling the mystery that is us. In the end, mystery and intrigue are about celebrating the depth and complexity of the human personality and inviting others to share.
Have you ever considered how respect and boundaries play a significant role in our daily interactions? A profound question, isn't it? It's something we often overlook, but it's as essential as the air we breathe. Today, we're going to delve into this intriguing topic, breaking it down to understand its true essence. Think about it. Every relationship, be it platonic or romantic, thrives on respect and boundaries. They are like the invisible threads that keep everything together. When we respect others, we acknowledge their individuality, their rights, their feelings. We make them feel valued. And when we set boundaries, we ensure that this respect is never violated. It's a perfect balance, isn't it? In our journey today, we will explore how maintaining respect and understanding boundaries can profoundly affect our relationships. We'll navigate this path with mindfulness, ensuring our actions always align with the comfort levels of those we care about. So are you ready to embark on this enlightening journey? Imagine two individuals, Alex and Jordan, who have recently started dating. In the early days of their budding romance, Alex and Jordan are still learning about each other. They are navigating a new world together, filled with excitement, anticipation, and a hint of uncertainty. This is a time of discovery where they get to learn and appreciate each other's likes, dislikes, dreams, and fears. But it's also a time of setting boundaries. Alex, being mindful and respectful of Jordan's comfort levels, ensures their actions align with what Jordan is comfortable with. For instance, when they are deciding on a movie to watch one evening, Alex is keen on a horror flick. However, noticing Jordan's discomfort with the genre, they decide on a comedy instead. It's a small action, but it speaks volumes. It shows Alex's willingness to respect Jordan's boundaries and preferences. When Jordan expresses the need for some alone time, Alex understands and respects this boundary. They don't take it personally or see it as a rejection. Instead, Alex sees it as Jordan's need for personal space, an aspect we all require for our mental well-being. Alex's actions, though simple, create a healthy relationship dynamic. They demonstrate a deep respect for Jordan as an individual with their own needs, preferences, and boundaries. It's not about compromise or sacrifice, but about understanding and respecting the other person's boundaries. This respect for boundaries extends beyond personal preferences and space. It also encompasses communication, emotional boundaries, and even physical boundaries. Alex makes sure to ask for consent, to listen when Jordan speaks, to respect Jordan's emotions, and to never cross any physical boundaries without clear, enthusiastic consent from Jordan. Through the story of Alex and Jordan, we can see how crucial respect and boundaries are in a relationship. It paints a picture of a healthy, balanced relationship where both parties feel understood, respected, and comfortable. It's a reminder that in any relationship, respect and boundaries are not just options, they are necessities. Watch the next chapter for continuation. Let's delve deeper into the concept of respect. When we talk about respect in the context of relationships, we're not just referring to a courteous nod or a polite thank you. Respect goes beyond surface-level manners. It's about acknowledging and honoring the feelings, needs, ideas, and individuality of your significant other. Imagine a vast tapestry, each thread representing a different aspect of a person. Their hopes, dreams, fears, passions, quirks, and everything else that makes them who they are. To respect someone is to value this tapestry in its entirety, not just the parts that are convenient or appealing to you. This might sound simple, but it requires a certain level of mindfulness. For instance, when your partner shares an idea that differs from yours, do you dismiss it outright because it doesn't align with your perspective? Or do you take the time to understand where they're coming from, even if you don't necessarily agree? The latter is a manifestation of respect. Respect also involves honoring your partner's needs, even if they aren't the same as yours. This might mean giving them space when they need it, or being there for them in ways that you might not initially understand. It's about putting their needs on an equal footing with yours, rather than prioritizing your own all the time. Respect means celebrating your partner's individuality. It's about recognizing that they are their own person, with their own life and experiences. It's about not trying to mold them into someone they're not, but rather appreciating them for who they are. In essence, respect is about creating a safe space where both of you can be yourselves, without fear of judgment or dismissal. It's about fostering an environment of mutual understanding and appreciation, where both of you can grow and flourish. It's about ensuring that love doesn't overshadow individuality, but rather, it nurtures it. Respect is not just about grand gestures, it's about understanding and honoring your partner's individuality. Now let's move on to our next segment where we'll talk about setting boundaries in a relationship. Now let's shift our focus to boundaries. Boundaries in relation to relationships are often misunderstood, but let's clear the air here. Picture them as invisible lines of personal comfort that each of us draws around ourselves. These lines are unique to each individual, defining what is acceptable and what is not. Boundaries are not about creating a fortress around yourself, but rather about expressing your needs and expectations clearly. They are about stating, "This is my limit and this is how I expect to be treated." They are an essential part of any healthy relationship, whether it's a romantic one, a friendship, or a professional connection. Now, why are boundaries so important? Well, they help maintain a sense of personal comfort. They ensure that you are not overstepping into someone else's personal space physically, emotionally, or even digitally. They also prevent feelings of resentment. When boundaries are not defined or worse, ignored, it often leads to feelings of discomfort or resentment. And that, my friends, is not the recipe for a flourishing relationship. But how do you set boundaries? It's simple, but it requires some introspection. What makes you comfortable? What makes you uncomfortable? Answer these questions for yourself and then communicate your boundaries clearly to the other person involved. Remember, communication is key. It's also important to understand that boundaries can change over time. They are not set in stone. As you grow and evolve, so too will your boundaries. And that's perfectly okay. It's all part of the journey of self-discovery and personal growth. So the next time you find yourself in a situation where you feel uncomfortable, ask yourself, have I expressed my boundaries clearly? If not, take a step back, reassess your boundaries, and communicate them effectively. Boundaries are not restrictions, but rather, they are guidelines for maintaining a healthy relationship. They allow us to respect and understand each other better, fostering mutual respect and a stronger bond. So let's embrace them, shall we? So, how do respect and boundaries work together? Imagine a dance. Respect and boundaries are the partners, each one aware of the other's movements, each one adjusting and responding in real time. They're not separate entities, but parts of a whole, two dancers moving in sync on the dance floor of a relationship. Respect is the foundation. It's the understanding that each person is their own unique individual with their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences. It's the recognition that no one has the right to infringe upon another's autonomy, to dictate their feelings or actions. It's the acceptance that every person has their own path to walk, and that path must be honored. Boundaries, on the other hand, are the guidelines, the structure that keeps the dance from dissolving into chaos. They're the lines drawn in the sand that say, "This is where I end and you begin." These boundaries can be physical, emotional, or mental. They can be about personal space, about time, about how one wants to be treated. When respect is present, boundaries can be established. They can be communicated clearly and openly, without fear of ridicule or dismissal. When respect is present, boundaries are not seen as restrictions but as affirmations of individuality and self-care. And when boundaries are respected, trust grows, a sense of safety develops. The relationship deepens, becomes more intimate, more authentic. Because when you know your boundaries will be honored, you can truly be yourself. You can open up, share your deepest thoughts and feelings, knowing they will be handled with care. The beauty of respect and boundaries is that they feed each other. Respect enables boundaries to be established and honored. And when boundaries are respected, it reinforces respect. It's a cycle, a dance, a delicate balance that, when maintained, leads to relationships that are healthy, fulfilling, and mutually beneficial. Respect and boundaries are two sides of the same coin, both essential for a healthy relationship. So what have we learned today about respect and boundaries? We've journeyed through an insightful discussion, underlining the significance of two key aspects in relationships: respect and boundaries. We've seen how respect is not just about being polite or kind, it's about acknowledging the other person's feelings, thoughts, and experiences. It's about understanding that everyone has their unique perspective and treating that perspective with dignity. We've also delved into the realm of boundaries, those invisible lines that protect our personal space and mental health. We've seen how setting and respecting these boundaries can actually strengthen relationships, fostering a sense of trust and security between individuals. We've seen how respect and boundaries, when working hand in hand, can create a harmony that's essential for a thriving relationship. So, let's keep these lessons close to our hearts as we navigate our own relationships. With respect and boundaries, we can create relationships that are both fulfilling and enriching. Until next time, remember to respect boundaries and keep...
Have you ever pondered about the power that resides in a simple gesture? Gestures, those silent expressions we often make without even realizing, carry an immense significance in our daily lives. They're the unspoken language of emotions, intentions, and thoughts, often communicating more effectively than words. It's like a dance that we all participate in, a dance where our movements speak louder than our voices. Think about it. A simple nod can convey agreement. A shrug can indicate uncertainty. A wave can express a warm welcome. And a hug? Well, that's a gesture that can say 1,000 words without uttering a single one. Let's delve a little deeper by considering an everyday scenario. Picture a mother with her infant. The baby can't talk, can't write, can't express themselves with words. Yet the mother understands. She recognizes the tiny clenched fists as a sign of hunger, the rubbing of eyes as an indication of sleepiness, and the wide-eyed stare as a signal of curiosity. It's a beautiful dance of silent communication where the mother responds to her baby's needs based purely on gestures. Gestures have this innate ability to transcend language barriers too. A smile, for instance, is universally understood. It doesn't matter if you're in Tokyo or Timbuktu, a smile will always convey happiness, goodwill, and warmth. Similarly, a thumbs up is globally recognized as a symbol of approval or agreement. So you see, gestures are not just idle movements. They're a powerful tool in our communication arsenal, allowing us to express ourselves in ways words often fail to capture. They can help us create lasting impressions, deepen connections, and even build bridges where words create walls. In the grand scheme of things, gestures are the unsung heroes of communication. They're the invisible threads that weave together the fabric of human interaction, often making a more significant impact than we credit them for. In a world where words can often be misunderstood, gestures stand as a universal language, bridging gaps and connecting hearts. Watch the next chapter to continue this exploration into the world of gestures. So, what makes gestures such a potent form of communication? This question takes us into the fascinating realm of psychology and neuroscience. You see, our brains are intricately wired to respond to visual cues. When we witness a gesture, our mind doesn't just see it, it feels it. Here's where it gets even more interesting. Our brain has a specific region, known as the mirror neuron system, which is activated not just when we perform an action, but also when we observe someone else doing it. It's like our brain is living vicariously through others' movements. This explains why we wince when we see someone stub their toe, or why our heart flutters when we see a loved one reach out for a hug. But what about the more subtle gestures, like a wave, a thumbs up, or even a simple nod? Well, these too have a profound impact. These gestures act as nonverbal cues, communicating emotions and intentions that words often fail to express. Let's dive a little deeper with an example. In a study conducted by a group of psychologists, participants were shown videos of people having a conversation. Some conversationalists used more hand gestures, while others kept their hands still. The results? Participants reacted more positively to people who used more hand gestures. They were perceived as more engaging, trustworthy, and warm. But why? The answer lies in the primal regions of our brains. These areas, evolved over millions of years, are attuned to visual stimuli, allowing us to quickly assess situations and respond accordingly. When we see someone making a gesture, our brain instantly decodes the message and triggers an emotional response. It's a subtle yet powerful language, one that we all speak without uttering a single word. So the next time you're in a conversation, remember that your hands are not just appendages. They are powerful tools of communication, conveying messages that your words alone may not. Gestures, it seems, have a secret language of their own, speaking directly to our minds and hearts. But how do we craft gestures that are not just meaningful but memorable? That's the question we're diving into today. Creating memorable gestures isn't just about the action itself, but about the timing, context, and sincerity behind it. To make a gesture truly memorable, it has to be unexpected, heartfelt, and relevant to the person you're expressing it to. Let's think about timing. A well-timed gesture can be far more impactful than one that's expected. Imagine this. A husband surprises his wife with a heartfelt letter on an ordinary Tuesday morning, expressing his love and appreciation for her. This unexpected gesture, on a day that would otherwise be unremarkable, becomes a cherished memory. Now contrast this with presenting the same letter on their anniversary. While it's still a lovely gesture, it's expected and therefore less impactful. Context, too, is crucial. A gesture that's perfect in one situation might not be in another. Take our example again. If the husband wrote that letter after a disagreement, it might be seen as an attempt at placation, rather than a genuine expression of love. But in the context of an ordinary day, it's a beautiful surprise. And finally, sincerity. This is the most vital ingredient in the art of memorable gestures. No matter how grand or creative the gesture, if it lacks sincerity, it won't create the intended impact. The husband's letter would mean nothing if his wife felt it was insincere or done out of obligation. But because it's heartfelt, it becomes a moment of connection and love. So you see, crafting memorable gestures is an art. It's about understanding the person you're expressing it to and choosing the right moment, the right context, and infusing it with genuine emotion. It's not about the grandeur or the extravagance, but the thoughtfulness and surprise it brings. A truly memorable gesture, then, is not just about grandeur, but about the thoughtfulness and surprise it brings with it. But what role do gestures play in our relationships? These nonverbal cues, these silent whispers of our thoughts and emotions, carry significant weight in our interactions. They're the unseen threads that weave the fabric of our relationships, be it with our partner, our friends, or our colleagues. Let's take a little trip down memory lane with a story of two friends, Alice and Betty. They lived thousands of miles apart, one in the sunny state of California and the other in the bustling city of London. Despite the distance, they maintained a close friendship. How? Through small but thoughtful gestures. Alice, an early bird, would often wake up to a funny meme or an interesting article from Betty, who was a night owl. These were not grand gestures, but they were consistent reminders that Betty was thinking of Alice. In return, Alice would send Betty postcards from her travels, a small gesture to share her experiences with her friend across the ocean. These gestures were not grand declarations of friendship. They didn't cost much or require much time, but they were thoughtful, consistent, and personal. They were reminders of their shared experiences, their inside jokes, and their mutual understanding. In essence, these small gestures were the building blocks of their long-distance friendship. In our relationships, gestures can be the unspoken words that convey our feelings and intentions. They can be the bridges that span distances and differences, fostering understanding and deepening connections. They can help build trust, as they show our willingness to invest time and effort in the relationship. In the end, it's not about the size or the cost of the gesture. It's about the thoughtfulness, the consistency, and the personal touch that make it memorable. It's about how these gestures can express our appreciation, our care, and our love for the people in our lives. So next time you're thinking about how to strengthen your relationships, remember Alice and Betty. Remember the power of small but thoughtful gestures. In relationships, it's often these small gestures that hold the power to create big impacts. So, what have we learned about the power of gestures? We've taken a deep dive into the world of nonverbal communication, shedding light on the impact of gestures on our daily interactions. We've discovered that gestures are the unsung heroes of communication, often carrying more weight than the words they accompany. They can add depth to our messages, bridge gaps in understanding, and express emotions in a way words often cannot. We've also explored the fascinating science behind the effectiveness of gestures. It turns out, our brains are wired to respond to visual cues, making gestures a powerful tool in conveying our messages. They have the ability to engage our attention, tap into our emotions, and even shape our thoughts. But how do we make our gestures memorable? We've learned that the secret lies in thoughtfulness and authenticity. Small surprises, acts of kindness, and thoughtful gestures can create lasting impressions. It's not about grandiose actions. It's about the small, genuine moments that show care and consideration. By being mindful of our actions and their impact, we can craft memorable moments that deepen our connections with others. And finally, we've discussed the critical role of gestures in building and maintaining relationships. They serve as a silent language of love and care, strengthening bonds and fostering understanding. They are the building blocks of trust and intimacy, the catalysts for deeper connections. In conclusion, gestures are more than just hand movements or facial expressions. They are a powerful form of communication that can significantly enhance our interactions with others. By understanding their impact and leveraging their potential, we can make our relationships more meaningful and fulfilling. Remember, a thoughtful gesture can speak volumes about your feelings. So let your actions do the talking and watch as they create memorable moments.
Have you ever wondered how much patience and timing influence your life and the results you achieve? Patience is a virtue, indeed, a powerful one. It's an invisible force that can shape our lives in ways we never even thought were possible. Let's dive into this concept by sharing a simple story. Picture this: a gardener who, with a heart full of dreams, plants a seed in the earth. The gardener doesn't just plant the seed and walk away. Oh no, she waters it, nurtures it, and watches over it with the utmost care and patience. Now, we all know that a plant doesn't grow overnight. It takes time. The gardener must wait patiently for the seed to sprout, for the sapling to grow, for the first buds to appear. This process can't be rushed. It can't be hurried. It has to unfold in its own sweet time. And during this time, the gardener doesn't give up, doesn't lose faith. She waits because she knows that good things come to those who wait. And then one day the wait is over. The plant blooms, revealing a beautiful flower. The gardener's patience has paid off. The rewards of her patience are in full bloom. This simple story is a metaphor for the power of patience. It's a testament to the fact that patience can lead to beautiful results, be it in gardening or in life. So how does this apply to us? Well, just like the gardener, we too have dreams and aspirations. And just like the plant, these dreams need time to grow and bloom. They need our patience. They need our persistence. We can't rush them. We can't hurry them. We must let them unfold at their own pace, nurturing them with our patience. Life is not a sprint, it's a marathon. It's about enduring, persisting, and most importantly, waiting patiently for the right time. So the next time you're feeling rushed or impatient, remember the gardener and her plant. Remember the power of patience. Just like the gardener, we too must learn to be patient in our endeavors. Now that we understand the importance of patience, let's explore the significance of timing. Picture a surfer. She's out there in the ocean, board ready, eyes scanning the horizon. She's not just waiting, she's observing, evaluating, and preparing. She knows that each wave has its own character, its own rhythm, its own potential. Some waves are too small, others too large, some come too soon, others too late. The surfer doesn't just jump at the first wave that comes along, no, she waits. She understands that not every wave is meant for her. She realizes that to catch the perfect wave, she needs more than just patience. She needs timing. Timing is that magical moment when preparation meets opportunity. It's that split second when all the elements align to create the perfect wave. And when that moment comes, the surfer knows it. She feels it in her bones, in the wind, in the sea. And with a swift, decisive action, she rides the wave, harnessing its power, its energy, its potential. This is the essence of timing. It's about knowing when to act, when to hold back, and when to let go. It's about understanding the rhythm of life, the ebb and flow of opportunities. It's about recognizing that not every wave is worth riding, that not every opportunity is worth seizing. Just like the surfer, we too face waves in our lives. These waves can be opportunities, challenges, or decisions. And just like the surfer, we too need to know when to act. We need to understand that not every wave is meant for us. We need to realize that sometimes waiting for the right wave, the right opportunity, can make all the difference. Timing is a delicate balance. It's a dance between action and inaction, between seizing the moment and letting it pass. It's about being in tune with the rhythms of life, about knowing when to move and when to stay still. Just as the surfer waits for the perfect wave, we too must wait for the right time to act. But how do patience and timing work together to bring about success? Let's delve into a story we've all heard before, the tale of the tortoise and the hare. This classic fable isn't merely a bedtime read, it holds profound lessons about patience, timing, and success. The hare, eager and brimming with confidence, dashes off at lightning speed, leaving the tortoise far behind. It's all too easy for us to identify with the hare, isn't it? In a world that constantly demands us to be faster, better, and more efficient, we often find ourselves racing, trying to outpace everyone else. But let's shift our gaze to the tortoise. Slow and steady, the tortoise plods along, undeterred by the hare's daunting lead. The tortoise does not rush, nor does it panic. It embodies patience, moving at its own pace, understanding that the race is not always to the swift. And what about timing? The hare, in his arrogance, decides to take a nap, thinking he has plenty of time to spare. But the tortoise, with its impeccable sense of timing, seizes this opportunity. It does not hurry, yet it does not stop. It continues its steady pace, understanding that every moment is crucial. In the end, the tortoise crosses the finish line first. Not because it was faster, but because it understood the power of patience and the importance of timing. The tortoise teaches us that success isn't always about speed or being the first off the mark. It's about being consistent, persistent, and knowing when to act. So what can we glean from this fable? Patience does not mean inaction, nor does it mean waiting indefinitely. It's about the ability to stay calm and composed, even when things don't seem to be going our way. Timing, on the other hand, is about recognizing the right moment to act, not rushing in blindly, but seizing opportunities when they arise. Like the tortoise, we too can achieve our goals with patience and timely actions. Now that we've seen the power of patience and timing, how can we cultivate these qualities in our lives? It might seem like a daunting task, but with a little persistence and a few helpful tips, anyone can learn to become a master of patience and timing. Firstly, let's talk about mindfulness. You might have heard this term thrown around a lot lately, and for good reason. Mindfulness is about being present in the moment, focusing on the here and now instead of worrying about the past or the future. When we are mindful, we can better observe our reactions to situations and manage them effectively. This practice aids in developing patience as it encourages us to take a step back, breathe, and respond rather than react. Next, planning. While patience is about waiting for the right moment, timing is about knowing when that moment is. This is where planning comes in. By setting out our goals and the steps we need to take to achieve them, we can better identify the opportune moments to act. Then we have practice. Like any other skill, patience and timing require practice. Start with small, manageable situations and gradually work your way up to more challenging ones. With time, you'll find that you're better able to maintain your composure and seize the right moments. So what's the reward for cultivating patience and timing? Well, the benefits are manifold. Reduced stress is a big one. When we're patient, we're not constantly on edge, waiting for things to happen. We're at peace with the process. Improved decision-making is another benefit. With good timing, we're able to make decisions that are well considered and opportune, not rushed or hasty. In the end, patience and timing aren't just about waiting around and hoping for the best. They're about being mindful, planning ahead, and practicing regularly. They're about understanding that good things often take time, and that rushing can lead to mistakes. By cultivating patience and timing, we can enhance our lives and achieve our goals. So let's start working on these qualities today and see how they can transform our lives for the better. So, what have we learned today about patience and timing? We've embarked on a journey of discovery, gaining insights into the essence of these two potent forces that have the power to shape our lives. We started by uncovering the power of patience. It's more than just waiting, it's about maintaining a positive attitude while waiting. It's about understanding that good things require time, and the best things often require a little more. It's about allowing relationships to evolve organically, understanding that true connections often require time to blossom. Patience, as we've learned, is a virtue that's not only admirable but also critical in navigating the complexities of life. Then, we delved into the significance of timing. Timing, like a key, has the potential to unlock opportunities that might otherwise remain closed. It's about recognizing the right moment to act, to speak, to remain silent, or to make a move. It's observing the ebb and flow of life and aligning our actions accordingly. Timing is an art, and mastering it can lead to unparalleled success. We explored how patience and timing, when combined, pave the way to success. They are the silent architects behind many great achievements. They are the unseen forces that guide the gardener awaiting the bloom, the surfer riding the wave, and the tortoise winning the race. Patience provides the strength to endure, and timing offers the wisdom to act. Lastly, we shared some practical tips for cultivating patience and timing. From mindfulness practices to developing empathy, from managing expectations to staying focused, these strategies can help us harness the power of patience and timing. As we conclude, let's remember that patience and timing are not just attributes but also skills that can be developed and refined. Like the gardener waiting for the seeds to sprout, the surfer anticipating the perfect wave, and the tortoise pacing steadily towards the finish line, we too can reap the rewards of patience and timing. Remember, like the gardener, the surfer, and the tortoise, we too can reap the rewards of patience and timing. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe and share your thoughts in the comments below.
If you enjoyed our exploration into the secrets of love and want more, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Your support means the world to us. Share your thoughts and opinion in the comment section below. Until next time, keep pursuing the happiness.